Greetings and salutations. We're here tonight again at the Gallagher Event Center. My name is Ben Davies. I'll be talking at you tonight. We have the visiting Colorado Christian University Cougars tonight. Tuned in last night, you saw the Mountain Lions go to 5 sets against Regis Rangers. It was hard fought, but eventually the Mountain Lions lost, and so we're hoping for them to come back tonight and really use the momentum they kind of had yesterday for tonight and take out a team that I think is very beatable. So see what happens. We're going to see some fun, exciting volleyball. We're going to see some fast-paced offenses. We're going to see the second part of Whiteout Weekend is what we're going to see. We're just going to go through the lineups here for both teams. They're just announcing Jordan Kinsey, the libero, of course, leading the teams in digs so far in the season with 138, averaging 4 digs a set. Just announced Lauren Brown, senior middle blocker. She leads the teams in blocks with 21 total blocks. And that's our freshman setter, Emily Attel, just announced. And then here is number 11, Lauren Shockley, hitting outside. Always big smiles from her and a lot of energy. And then number 12, Taylor Smith, who is the current points leader for the team with 96 points on the year. And last, we have middle hitter, Josie Russell. She has 20 blocks on the season this year. Expect a lot out of this fast-paced offense and that freshman setter tonight. They've been running it all season. The do or die depends on the pass. Run that fast hut, that fast right side 5, and then keep the middles all over the court with slides and 31s and the occasional back one and front 2. So we're going to see a lot of fun things tonight, I think. Last night against the Rangers, Mountain Lions were even forced to go even faster against a big block of the Rangers. Colorado Christian Cougars don't have quite the same size, so we'll see if they maintain that speed or if they kind of slow it down a little bit, keep that lineup. It's my favorite part of each game is when both teams get in their huddles and they just kind of go for it. Start the match off on the right foot. You see both teams are kind of in good spirits already. Good positive start. I'm looking for some exciting volleyball tonight like we had last night. Hopefully just with a better ending. This is the Homer cast if you guys are tuning in from Colorado Christian. I apologize. I am 100% rooting for the Mountain Lions and casting at the same time. So be forewarned. Looks like the Mountain Lions are coming out in the same rotation that they've been using all season. So I think we're going to see that fast-paced offense we've been seeing all season as well. Probably no change in that regard. Everybody just getting excited. We got some dancing on the sidelines too. Just a little pregame warm-up, little rituals, some superstitions, I think. Down refs just checking the lineups on both sides, taking a little longer than usual. Just trying to confirm who's a captain on the floor, I think, and then we'll get going. This first serve going to Colorado Christian. So we'll have number 4 for them serving, Kyra Smith. Here we go. Good pass from Shockley out to Nelson, and she crushes that first set. That's exactly how we want to start this match. They got a single block up on that quick hut, and she just crushes it. Much different block than they're facing from last night. Raylan Edge subs in and is back to serve. Back set, and once again back to a solo block, but unable to put it away and puts it into net. Another point to the Mountain Lions. They take a quick 2-point lead. Edge to serve again. just long on that one. Like the aggression, though, she seems to put a little extra oomph on that serve. Mountain Lions just starting in this front left stack with their middle and outside. Like to see them go to Nelson again right here. And they go to slide instead. Nelson. Josie Russell just hits that out. Etel electing to spread it out early, but keep that tempo. We'll see if they run the same play here. Tough pass going out. And Nelson kind of just spashes that one. Almost hit the Cougars coach there on the side. He showed some agility there. Let's get out of the way. It's Coach Bobby Blanken. Much better pass this time. Back one that time to Russell. Even speeding up more. She just gets it on the inside of that block for the kill. Point UCCS. Now serving number 6, Emily Etel. Good coverage from Shockley. Goes back to Smith. She's a little under that one. They get a high ball here, though. Oh, and Kenzie with the diving dig. Just a free ball, unfortunately, after that set. And a big swing out of the middle for number 15 of the Cougars. That's Christy Dick. She had a great cross-arm turn on that, avoiding the block and hitting that deep corner, which is always open. Now back to serve for the Cougars is number 2, Kaylee Bundrick. And she serves that long. Point to the Mountain Lions. And we get our first sub for Allie Morgan in for Grace Nelson. And she'll be back to serve with this top spin, sometimes side spin serve. Good pass. Set out. And she just tips it. Pushed back over by Russell. A high ball to the outside now. And she hits that way out. Point UCCS. That's a good block on both those swings from Smith and Russell. Just forcing the hitter to take a little something off, and that second one really forcing that error. Oh, good cover from Kenzie. Set back to Smith, and she goes for a hard swing just on the other side of the net. Kill for Taylor Smith. It's a couple points here in this rotation with Allie Morgan serving. See if she can get another one and keep the Cougars out of their system with a tough serve. She was just under her serve that one, and that one kind of looped instead of having that downward arc. Now in for the Cougars is number 1, Callie Benson, and number 3 is serving JC Johnson. Great pass. Set back to Smith, getting that one up. Oh, great dig on the other side of the net. Just a push over. Allie Morgan with the dig. Set to Josie in transition. Love it, the kill. If you've been listening to me at all, I love it when the middles get set in transition. And they used it great there. It establishes the tempo early on in the game and will keep the Cougars defense guessing just because they use that there. Hopefully they can use it all throughout the match. Great serve from Kenzie. A little miscommunication from the Cougars and a free ball coming over for the Mountain Lions. And a net call. We're calling number 6, Emily Etel there on the net. That pass was just too tight on the free ball. So now serving for the Cougars is number 15, Christy Dick. Kenzie with a great pass. 31 to Brown, great dig. A little back and forth at the net. A lot of back and forth at the net. Just a high ball here, off the hands. Good talk in the back row. Shockley with a big swing angle. Free ball coming. Set back to Smith, and she crushes it, angle, but another dig, overpass. Wow, what a rally from both sides. Oh, and a just overpass there from Shockley and put down for the Cougars. It's a big momentum swing for the Cougars to get that point after that long rally. Takes a lot out of both teams, but they're both scrappy and both getting a lot up. I guess after this, you usually see the players swing a lot harder on these. So there you go. Smith was like, dig this. And she gets a kill that time. She just put a little extra something on that one, knowing that she only had the one block up, so she could take a chance and go for the hard shot to the ankle, and she got a kill. So Smith gets that big kill and is now back to serve with a 1-point advantage for the Mountain Lions. Good pass from the Cougars, run the slide, crushing the angle, and Smith gets a touch, but it's not enough. And that's Christy Dick with another good swing out of the middle for a kill. And now serving for them is number 12, Maddie Burns. Good pass from Morgan. Slide to Brown. It was a very quick slide, especially the block wasn't really well established, and she gets that kill off their hands. Great swing from Lauren Brown. Well-run offense on that, keeping it really fast-paced. I'd love to see that. Lauren Shockley back to serve, and Grace Nelson just subbed into the front row. Ooh, tough pass. High ball outside. Good block there. Lauren Brown with the stop. Both blockers just waited and waited on that ball. Timed it very well and got a block there. Love to see that. Tough serve, created that opportunity for that block. So let's see that again from Shockley. And she gets an ace this time. That's 2 in a row for Lauren Shockley. Great serving. Mountain Lions getting a little streak going here. Another tough pass, tough serve. High ball outside again. Big swing into the cross. Emily Attell with a dump off the block and a couple of digs. Not enough. Cougars seemed prepared for that dump, but not enough. They're just off the hands, so they're blocking down for the kill. Emily Attell really likes to keep the defense on their toes when she's in front row and try to send the ball over on 2. There's a big set 2. Ooh, that's a great swing. There was a good block there. They kept the tempo a little quicker instead of those high balls out of those tough serves. And it serves them there in that hard swing. Now number 4 serving, Kyra Smith for the Cougars. Good pass from Shockley. Back to Brown. She swings in the angle, gets a kill. When they run the slides with Lauren Brown, today they've been running it a lot faster, and last night as well they were running a lot faster on those slides, keeping it really low. It's almost like a back push 1. Raylan Edge is now in the game and serving. Good pass. Set back. That's a big swing. Shockley just let it go. She definitely misjudged that one. She thought it was going a lot longer, or maybe she thought she was further back in the court than she actually was. Mariela Gonzalez for Cougars serving. Tough pass from Smith. Nelson gets a big swing and gets a tool off the block. Point. That's a tough swing, and those outsides really have to deal with those all game. They're kind of the outlet for a pass that is not perfect. And swinging against that well-formed block and getting that kill. Emily Attell just served that one into the net. Point Cougars. And now number 2 in for the Cougars, Kaylee Bundrick. She's back to serve. Just trying to chip away at this lead that the Mountain Lions have accumulated in this first set. Good pass from Shockley. Run a 2 to Smith. They love this play. Gonzalez with a good dig. And a high ball in the middle. Just tipped over Kinsey's there, though. Attell sets Russell. Oh, great dig by Gonzalez. And just into the net. That's a great rally. A lot of good back and forth there. I'd love to see that. Hopefully we get that all match. Some good volleyball. And Allie Morgan subs in and is back to serve. She was able to get a few points last time. Let's see if she can continue her success. Good serve, good pass. Oh, tip is denied from Shockley. Another tip. Set her out, overpass. Big swing there on that overpass. Number 15, Christy Dick with another kill for the Cougars. Now serving for the Cougars is J.C. Johnson and Kelly Bunsen just subbed in to front row. Good pass quick 31. Well defended by the Cougars. Another good up from Morgan. Shockley way off the net, takes a rip at it, and it's just out. I love the aggression there. It's not an easy swing, but I think instead of giving them just a free ball, take a shot and see what happens. Point to the Cougars though. And that serve is long. Mountain Lions get a break on the side out. Lauren Brown now back in front row, and Jordan Kinsey back to serve. Jordan Kinsey's been all over the back court today, getting a ton of digs. She's getting digs way in the back and then coming up for some short serves. And Emily Tell with a good dig there. Over on 2 from Smith. Good swing from Bronson. Great dig from Morgan. She barely got that up. Tip from Dick. Oh, Kinsey getting the short tip. Oh, and just over the head of Emily Attell and down. Not making it easy for the Cougars, but ultimately losing the point of the Mountain Lions. And now Christy Dick goes back to serve. Big swing from Smith and great dig. Free ball over though. Goes right back to Smith, a little tighter. She hits it right into the block and just powers it through. I love the decision from Emily Attell to go right back to her after she got that big rip. Just not as good of a swing the second time, but it got a kill the second time, so. Smith back to serve now. That's a great slide swing from the other middle, number 9, Jessa Shireman. Number 7, Ashley Troy just came in, and number 12, Maddie Burns is back to serve for the Cougars. Good pass from Kinsey. Out to Shockley. Oh, she took a big swing and cross and got housed. That's a huge solo block. Goes right back to her, and she rips it in line for the kill. Once again, I love that decision from Emily Attell to go right back to her hitter and get her back in the game. So that way she's not thinking about getting blocked. She's thinking about getting that big kill down the line. And so Shockley takes that momentum back to the service line here. Great serve for the Nace. Shockley, last time she was back to serve, was also hitting this float just past that stack on the Cougar side, attacking that formation, and gets an ace this time. Goes right back to it. Gonzalez passes it though, and it's perfect. And the tip from Dry just over the black and into that campfire middle of the court. Everybody looking at each other like, oh, it's kind of the whole of the defense. So now number 4 in the game for the Cougars, Kyra Smith, and she's back to serve. Tight pass, good set. Lauren Brown gets it over the block and into that deep corner for a kill. Lauren Brown hitting very efficiently so far tonight. And she comes right out and subs out for Raylan Edge, and she'll be back to serve. We're now into the clutch time. 2017 is where some big plays can be made and decide the set. Good touch on the block, and Raylan Edge just not able to handle it quite too well, and it's an overpass and a point there for the Cougars.
Now serving number 17, Mariela Gonzalez.
That's Mariela Gonzalez, the libero, to serve for the Cougars. Attacking Smith. Smith with a great pass, though. Really tight set to Nelson. She just gets it over. Set out a tip. Good cover from Nelson just up here. Smith attacking for the back row, takes a good swing. Nice set to the back side. Great swing into the angle and hits that deep, deep corner. It's really hard to defend there. The defender's kind of sitting on a little harder angle, so. And then the middle back is pushed a little, so there's that gap right there in that corner, and Dry hits that for the kill. Ooh, tough pass from Smith. Free ball coming here for the Cougars. Goes back again to that right side. Better defended this time. Bump set from Kinsey. High set for Nelson. She takes a big rip. Gonzalez with a great up. And then another big swing on the outside. It's number 3, JC Johnson with the kill. And Coach Chrissy Elder will take a timeout as the Mountain Lions just gave up 3 straight points with Gonzalez serving. So Cougars on a roll here. Mountain Lions looking to disrupt that with a timeout. Coach Elder got 2 points with her timeouts last night. I'm hoping she gets one here. I always credit the coaches with those points and timeouts. It keeps those. It's like icing a kicker in football. You just make them second guess their serve, and maybe they won't hit it as hard, or maybe they won't go for that smaller part of the court, and make that a lot easier on your team in the serve receive. Mountain Lions seem really calm and collected in their huddle. Just probably just trying to reset this momentum of the game and come out strong. I doubt that they'll change anything system-wise. They probably won't change any players or run any different plays. Just go right back out there and say, hey, we got to execute better. Hey, Taylor Smith, they served you 3 times in a row. They're probably going to serve you again, so we'll just expect it. And here we come back out of this timeout. See what happens. No changes to either lineup, of course, so probably just looking for a chance to execution, and they're not hiding anybody in the serve receive, so I would expect this serve to go right back to Smith. Smith with a good pass this time. Back one to Josie Russell. She tips it. Wow, what a spot. And she gets it down for the kill. And that's why you call those timeouts. Just readjust and just reestablish the momentum. Back to Dry, and she crushes this angle straight down just in front of the defender. Making that very hard to defend on that swing. It's just that solo block, leaving that hole. And back row makes their job a lot harder there. So we have a tie game. All these points are huge at this point to see who will take this first opening set. Serving right at Smith again, and she lets that one go, and point to UCCS. That's a big point, and Allie Morgan just subs in. She'll be back to serve. Oh, she went for a big cutty, trying to get that ball all the way across the court, and was unsuccessful. So back-to-back service errors from these teams. We're sitting at 22 apiece. JC Johnson back to serve for the Cougars. Tough pass. Oh, swing from Morgan in the back row, and just into the net. That's a big point for the Cougars there. This is the rotation. The Mountain Lions run only 2 passers in serve receive, so it makes them cover a lot more court. Great pass from Morgan there. Shockley into the block, well covered from Kinsey. Tight set. And Taylor Smith called for the net violation. And we now have a set point for Colorado Christian. And Coach Chrissy Elder will take her second timeout of the set. Mountain Lions really needed a point there to kind of stave off this set point. So they're in a tough spot where they need to side out now. And then, of course, go back and serve and then get a big point to stay in this set. So Mountain Lions using both their timeouts in this first set, and Colorado Christian using none so far. I would assume that means Coach Bobby Blank is just a lot more confident in his team. There was a couple of times where it looks like the Mountain Lions were going to take that momentum and run away with it. They were up about, I think, 4 points at one point in the set, and he elected not to call timeout, just trusting his team to come back. And they did, and here they are with this big advantage, 2 points late in the first set, to see who will take this first deciding set and keep that momentum. Coach Elder looks like she might be calling a play in that huddle, saying, hey, this is the play we're going to run out of this timeout. It's probably a play that they're really comfortable with and just looking to execute. So the Mountain Lions come out, and they're in that front right stack with the right side and the middle, giving them 2 options on the backside if they wanted, or just come all the way to the front, and that leaves Lauren Shockley on the outside. A lot of options, but it comes down to this serve receive here from Johnson. Overpass from Morgan. Set right into the middle, and that's number 15, Christy Dick, with the kill to finish out the first set. First set going to Colorado Christian, as you see there on screen, 25-22. They'll take that quick 1-0 lead. We'll get some replays here going for that first set. Just that quick slide to start out the match from Josie Russell. And there's that good crossbody swing from Christy Dick, and then back to Taylor Smith and just right into the block, too strong. And then that hard cross. Defense is sitting there, just can't handle it. Here's back to Lauren Brown on the slide. Very quick play that they keep running to her. And then we got the setter dump. Love the setter dump. Keep them on their toes. Another slide to Lauren Brown into that angle. Here's that big swing from Russell, well received from Gonzalez. And then that's back and forth. Just a free ball. And then the kill after that long rally. Oh, there's that huge swing from Lauren Shockley down the line that we saw after her error. And then we see Ashley Dry, the right side for Colorado Christian, getting big kills. All right, so we have some stats from that first set. I'd like to go over those real quick for you. Leading in kills for the first set was Ashley Dry, the right side hitter for Colorado Christian, with 4 kills, hitting .250 on that first match. Jassa Shireman, though, had 2 kills on 2 sets, hitting 1,000. Very impressive. And then Christy Dick had 2 kills on 7 attempts for .286 on the side for the Mountain Lions. There was 3 hitters with 3 kills. Lauren Brown with 3, hitting .750 out of the middle. And then Taylor Smith also with 3 kills, hitting .182. And then Josie Russell with another 3 kills, hitting .333 in that first set. So as you can see there, the Mountain Lions really successful with their 2 middles, Lauren Brown and Josie Russell. I would expect them to try to feed them a lot more in this second set and see if they can take advantage of that matchup that seemed to be so successful in the first set. And then, of course, they'll have to figure out a way to stop Colorado Christian University Cougars right side Ashley Dry, who clearly came alive towards the end of that match and got some big kills for them. So I like to see them adjust their block a little bit, and kind of to go with that, Coach Chrissy Elder electing to start sophomore outside hitter Hannah Ammerman in place of Lauren Shockley in this second set. Throughout this year, they've just been kind of trading some time on the court between Ammerman and Shockley, and so big height difference between the 2 players. Hannah Ammerman is listed as 6'2", whereas Lauren Shockley is listed at 5'8". So maybe Coach Christy Elder is looking to get that matchup with right side Ashley Dry, so that way Hannah Ammerman will be blocking her. So to start this match off, we have Hannah Ammerman back to serve. She has a really good jump float, so hopefully she can start us off right. There we go, just off the net, high ball outside. Nelson with a big swing just over the top of the block and down. She's powered it through, aiming line, going through their hands. Love to see Grace Nelson get that first set off to a good start in this second game. Ammerman still back to serve. Hopefully she can get them out again. Oh, she went for it this time, just out. She served right to Gonzalez last time, the libero, and was able to get them out of system with it. Elected to go all the way across the court this time and just missed. So Gonzalez back to serve for the Cougars. Nelson again just powers it through that double block. That's a good block. I'm not sure exactly how she got it through, but she did. That's 2 kills on 2 swings to start this set. Raylan Edge now in the game and back to serve for the Mountain Lions. Overpass, Russell with the big swing and the kill for the Mountain Lions. And the Mountain Lions starting out strong again in the second set. They started out fast last game, unable to close out, so let's see if they just keep this momentum going. Diving dig from Ammerman. Big swing from back row from Smith, just out though. Just trying not to give them any free balls. Number 2 now in the game for the Cougars, Kaylee Bundrick, and she'll be back to serve here. Looking at a 1-point deficit early on in the second set. Good pass from Smith and the dump from Mattel. Gonzalez all over it though. And then a big swing out of the middle from number 15, Christy Dick. She's hitting really well so far this match. Taylor Smith with a tough pass, high ball outside. Nelson takes a good rip. And kill for the Cougars. That's number 3, JC Johnson, powering it through that block. Cougars on a roll here now, getting a few points in a row. Bundrick still serving. Better pass from Smith this time. Out to Nelson, solo block that time. She's on the ground. She seems to be okay though, back up. Johnson with a big swing into the cross. Back out to Nelson, who hits that ball just long. And point to the Cougars. Mountain Lions seem a little rattled. Trying to rally here though. Just can't get the ball to go down right now. Slide from Russell is well defended. High ball out to Johnson. Big block, well covered though by herself. She gets another swing at it. She hits it down the line, and it's in. Point to the Cougars. Ammerman elected to let that one go, and it was unfortunately in, so Coach Elder's subs are out. Good pass from Shockley back to Russell. She just tips it over. In trouble here. Johnson with a big swing and housed by Russell. Mountain Lions desperately needed a point to get out of that rotation, and they get it with style that time. Now serving number 6, Emily Attell. She has a standing float serve. Sometimes can cause trouble, and it does there. Keep them off the net. Great dig from Shockley. Big swing from Taylor Smith. And first double call of the night. Point going the Mountain Lions' way. It's a tough set for the setter, has to run forward and then kind of like try to stop their momentum so they don't sail that set out of bounds. And Emily Attell serves that one to the net, giving the ball right back to the Cougars. And the Cougars sub in number 1, Callie Bonson, and then number 3 is back to serve JC Johnson, who's been swinging really well in the front row. Nelson with a big swing line and a block there for number 12, Maddie Burns. All over that line shot that Nelson seems to favor. Early 3-point lead here for the Cougars. High ball to the outside, blocked and in. Another block for Josie Russell. Allie Morgan now subbed in the game, is back to serve. Mountain Lions need a couple points, a couple big points here. Hopefully Morgan can give them to them. If there's anybody, it's her. Oh, look at that. That's the kiss of death right there, that left let serve right off the tape and down. Very hard to defend. Electing to not go for a jump serve that time. Great dig from Kenzie there. Smith with a swing here into the top of the tape. She was off the net there, but still went for the big swing, unfortunately into the net. Now back to service, Christy Dick for the Cougars. Hammerman tips it over, well covered. Runs back on the slide and into that seam and down into the middle of the court. Hard to defend. That's number 9, Jisa Shireman. She's been, I'm pretty sure she's still hitting 1,000 tonight, so Mountain Lions might want to adjust to that. Ooh, just off the tape, Russell gets the rare serve receive. Big swing from Hammerman to cross. Side out, Mountain Lions. Great swing from her. And now serving number 2, Jordan Kinsey. She's been playing well tonight, all over that backcourt. Good serve there. Slide. Finally defended from Mountain Lions on Shireman. Allie Morgan with the back row swing. Oh, setter dump handled by Emily Attell. Out to Smith. Takes a big swing down the line. Maybe a free ball, a roll shot coming. Ooh. Kinsey with the diving dig and just kind of caught right into the chest of Emily Attell. That's point to the Cougars.
Now serving number 12, Maddie Burns.
Now serving number 12, Maddie Burns for the Cougars. Tough pass here. That's looking like a free ball for the Cougars. Ammerman with a sneaky little short rollback. Tip from Shireman. Sent from Kenzie to Smith. She just takes a roll shot and it's over the block and out of bounds. That set was inside and high against a well-formed block. She did not seem to like it. Forces an error there. Burns still serving. Tough set there. Smith, she rips it into the cross. That's a big swing for Taylor Smith. Coach from the Cougars just wants to take a look at his player and make sure she's okay. She seems a little shooken up on that one. So we're gonna have a short delay here. Coach giving her a eye test, make sure she doesn't see double here. That's number 12, Maddie Burns, that they were looking at, by the way. She seems okay, so on to play. Smith to serve. Great pass from Gonzalez. Back on the slide. Huge block from Laura Brown and Hannah Ammerman. That was a great block. And a huge point for the Mountain Lions. Smith still serving. And she serves that one just too far outside of the line. Point to the Cougars. Number 4 coming in for them, for the Cougars, that is, Kyra Smith. She'll be back to serve. Still that 3-point lead for the Cougars. Set back to Brown. She gets it over the block and down for a kill. Lauren Brown's hitting her slide really well tonight. Now serving number 5, Hannah Ammerman. And Grace Nelson is back in the game in the front row. Mountain Lions still looking for those big points to try to claw their way back in this game. Good pass from Gonzalez. Running to the middle. Tipped just over the defender and down and in. Shireman really going, hitting efficiently right now. And she's seeing that big open spot in the back of the court, pushing that pineapple all the way back there. Gonzalez back to serve for the Cougars. Oh, and gets that ball to just drop. What a serve. She just has a standing float serve and just kind of drops right in front of Lauren Shockley for the ace. Gonzalez been playing really well this set. Shockley takes that one with her hands this time. Out to Nelson, into the angle. Well received. And then big swing for Johnson. Dig by Smith. Dump from Mattel, well received. Gonzalez setting to try. Takes a big swing line and unable to handle it is Taylor Smith. That was a huge swing. And a timeout is now taken by UCCS. That 5 much for their liking. Not really sure what they're going to do here. Cougars' attack seems to be too much for them. Mountain Lions getting some streaky blocks every once in a while, but on like a base level, their standard defense versus Cougars is just not working. I'm not really sure how they're going to adjust to it, how they're going to sit on some of those swings and get it up. They also haven't been hitting as hard as I've been used to seeing, maybe taking a little off for some reason. I don't think the block that they're seeing tonight is nearly as big as the block they saw last night. So I would like to see the Mountain Lions coming out this and just really start swinging a lot harder and get those balls down. Of course, the Colorado Christian Cougars have a great defense and been getting a ton of digs. And so that can frustrate the hitters sometimes, you know, and they're more worried about the error and giving them a point instead of worried about if they get dug or not on the other side. But I would really like to see them stay aggressive and go for those big swings, especially Nelson here on the outside. So we have Nelson, Smith, and Brown up front. Would love to see some quick tempo. Right out of this timeout, Gonzalez has been serving great, so hopefully just get a good pass and can run that fast offense they love and take a big swing. Tight pass. Brown just tips it down. Outside of Nelson, tight inside set, and Nelson just powers it through that seam, somehow getting a kill there. A point the Mountain Lions desperately needed there. Raylan Edge now in the game and back to serve, looking to get some big points for the Mountain Lions. High ball out to Johnson. She takes that cross swing. Good set into the middle. Well dug, though. Dry with a huge swing over the block. The block was just a little early that time, and they're on their way down when the right side Ashley tried to hit that ball and made contact with it. So she got it just over the top of them and into where the defense was not. Usually, as a defender, you're not standing behind the block. So if you hit over it, there's nobody there. Tough receive there. Swing from Nelson and into the net. Serve receive really hurting the Mountain Lions in both these games, taking them out of some of these plays and forcing some of these errors from them. Big 6-point lead now for the Cougars. The Mountain Lions catch a break there with a serve that just goes long. So now serving will be Emily Ethel. She has a tough serve when she hits it right, and she gets one there. Down for an ace. That's a point the Mountain Lions desperately needed. Love to see her stay aggressive and keep it in, though. That one just long, unfortunately. Point to the Cougars. So that will put J.C. Johnson back to serve for the Cougars. Having a solid game tonight, hitting really well and smart. Tough serve. Overpass and free ball for the Cougars. Out to Bonson, dug by Kinsey. Nelson takes a big swing. Tight pass. Ooh, one up. Bonson puts it away. That tight pass forced the middle of the Mountain Lions to commit with that front row setter and left a solo block out there on the outside. Easy point for the Cougars. High ball outside to Nelson. She takes a good swing line. High ball out. No block, and so she just selects for a little short little roll shot that was in and down. Everything going the way of the Cougars right now. You can even see their players kind of laughing about that play at the front of the net. They did not expect to get a kill off that. Johnson is still serving. She gets an ace. Mountain Lions coming apart at the seams here. And instead of getting a timeout, the Mountain Lions go for a sub. And first time we've seen her tonight is Madison McIntosh, freshman, is in the game for Hannah Ammerman. Another point to the Cougars on that tight pass that was really over, and they're called for a violation as their setter is back row and cannot attack from that position. So a timeout for UCCS. Coach Chrissy Elder definitely trying to save that timeout with the sub there, but that was not enough. They did not get the side out, so Cougars out to a huge lead. Not sure what Coach Elder is talking about here, but I think she's looking for some change, and that's why she put McIntosh in. That serve receive just really not coming together right now for the Mountain Lions and causing a lot of problems. So number one here, Madison McIntosh, is actually listed as a libero, and she subbed in for the outside hitter, Hannah Ammerman. So clearly a sub to put her in to try to fix that serve receive and hopefully just get one or two passes here so the Mountain Lions can run that offense, that quick offense they love to run. Down ref trying to hurry up the Cougars here, saying, taking all your time, let's go. So still serving for the Cougars out of this timeout is number 3, JC Johnson. Slide back to Russell. She gets it through the block. High set from Gonzalez. Good dig from Kinsey. Out to Nelson. Big swing, well dug by Gonzalez, though. That swing sails out, so out of that timeout, Mountain Lions get a point. And so Hannah Ammerman back into play front row. And Allie Morgan subbed in for Grace Nelson and is back to serve. She electing not to go for her jump serve here. Tight pass, dump from the setter. Just one-handed stab up from Kinsey, and Ammerman forced to try to hand set, and it comes out spinning. So double call is made, and we have the second set point for the Cougars. Number 15 back to serve, Christy Dick. Cougars rolling here in the second set. Good pass from Kinsey. 31's Russell. And Shireman with a good cross body swing into that deep corner. So point to the Cougars, and they take the second set. Commanding lead, 25-15. So they're now up 2-0. Not the way the Mountain Lions, of course, wanted to start, but here we are. And going into a replay here, we'll see what happened in the second set. Nelson with that kill to start us off. And then a second one, 2 for 2 to start out that match. And that roll shot line from Johnson, and then that big block by Josie Russell. Another good swing on the slide from Christy Dick, and then back to Taylor Smith. And then this is where they got that second block. Shireman with just a little roll on that slide getting the point, and Ammerman with that huge swing into the seam for the kill. There's that one that just kind of was caught by Emily Attell. It's a tough play. And there's that shot into the face from Taylor Smith. And then the big block from Ammerman. Lauren Brown on that slide that she's been hitting so well today. And that huge swing line from Ashley Try. Nelson with another swing and a kill in the angle. And then Johnson there on that angle. And there's that setter dump that ended in that error by Hannah Ammerman. So we'll go over some stats for the second set. Just a precursor to this, these are going to be stats just from the second set, not including the first set, just to kind of break down that set and see what really happened. Leading the way for the Colorado Christian Cougars 3 kills apiece. It's Callie Bonson and Justice Shireman. Shireman hitting 333 in that second set, so no longer hitting 1,000, of course, on the night like she did in the first set. But Ashley Dry, the right side attacker for them, has 2 kills on 2 sets, so she did hit 1,000 in that set. So while they don't use her often, or they haven't so far tonight, Ashley Dry hitting very well so far and causing Mountain Lions a ton of problems. For the Mountain Lions, Grace Nelson leads away with 3 kills, and then 2 for Taylor Smith, and then 1 apiece for Hannah Ammerman and Lauren Brown. Just looking at some team totals here, the hitting percentage as a total for the Mountain Lions that last game was 0. So really struggling to put the ball away in that match. Meanwhile, Colorado Christian had 226, which is pretty good. Not amazing. And then if we look at service aces, 2 apiece for both teams. And then the Cougars leading the way with 17 team digs that last set to the Mountain Lions 14. Block 6 for the Mountain Lions, so they're blocking really well. And only 1 on the side of the Cougars. But not enough. They got blown out in that second set. So Coach Elder electing to stick with Hannah Ammerman on the outside. Doesn't seem to be any other changes to the line. Oh, setter Raylan Edge is actually in instead of Emily Attell. Raylan Edge, of course, was their setter last year. So coach electing to go back to her for this set. Interesting to see what the Cougars do. Usually in volleyball, you see the team who'd won the first 2 sets, especially when you win that one of the sets by such a large amount, kind of come out maybe a little overconfident, maybe a little lackadaisical, and see what that changes for them. But of course, first point goes to the Cougars. The net violation there from setter Raylan Edge, just a little too tight on that pass. Tough pass, just set out, rolled over from Ammerman. Feeding into the middle and powering it through the block. Shireman still hitting really efficiently tonight. And for the first time tonight, the Cougars start out strong with a 2-point lead. Good tough serve. Great set from Allie Morgan outside to Ammerman. She gets that swing high off the block and for a kill. That brings Lauren Brown now into the front row and Jordan Kinsey back to serve. See if these switches for the Mountain Lions end up paying dividends here. Not yet. Kinsey takes a big rip on the serve and into the net. So a point goes to the Cougar. And number 17, Mariela Gonzalez will serve. She's had a lot of success at the service line tonight and has been a force in the back row. Ooh, tight set on a slide. Back to Lauren Brown. She looks like she's going to get the kill. I'm not entirely sure she touched that set. But a kill is a kill is a kill. And Taylor Smith is back to serve. Back to Dry. Takes a big swing. Blocked. Free ball over for Lauren Brown. She puts that one down for the kill. Might be the first time tonight the Mountain Lions stopped right side hitter Ashley Dry from getting a kill. So big play, and Lauren Brown puts it away. Tie game early here, 3-3. Just a high ball here from the Cougars. Johnson takes a big swing and blocked by Lauren Brown. And the Mountain Lions celebrate. They're a lot, they seem looser now, even though they started out a little slow, giving up those early 2 points. Seem looser here right now in this third set. Ammerman with the big swing, dug by Gonzalez, out to Johnson, took a huge rip into the angle, just out though. She just spatched that one a little bit. No topspin on it, just kind of floated out of bounds there. So Taylor Smith on a little service run here, getting the Mountain Lions a 2-point lead. Tight pass. Oh, Lauren Brown just sweeps it down. Another kill for her. She's playing really well tonight, despite the 2-0 set deficit they're in. Taylor Smith, of course, with a great serve there. And that's why the Mountain Lions are on this run. It's this tough serving from her. Lauren Brown just goes for it and gets another kill into the double block, which wasn't really expecting it, so they didn't really press over the net. So the ball goes down on the Cougar side. And there's that enthusiasm we love. The streaky, lovable team of the UCCS Mountain Lions is back. And they're out to a quick 4-point lead in this third set. As I was saying earlier, we have a thing that I guess is a phenomenon that happens in volleyball all too often. This team that wins the first 2 sets, especially by a big amount, come out in that third set kind of flat so often. And maybe that's what's happening to the Cougars. We'll see how they respond. Coach taking an early timeout, rallying the troops and being like, hey, we just won big. I don't know what's going on. Let's fix that. Of course, on the Mountain Lions side, everything's going right, so a little back and forth. It's funny how sometimes the way the ball bounces matters so much, and in that second set, so many balls just seem to be going the Cougars' way. Kills the hitters were getting that they didn't even expect. And then here with this series of events, Lauren Brown getting a bunch of kills that she's probably unaccustomed to. So they're all smiles coming out of this timeout. We'll see if they can maintain this this run here. Tough serving coming out from Taylor Smith. So 4-point lead for the Mountain Lions, looking to continue that momentum. These changes with the lineup working so far for Coach Elder in the third set. Oh, great touch from Allie Morgan. Living to play another swing. Ooh, big, hard angle swing from the middle. Number 15, Christy Dick for the Cougars. Great swing from her in transition. And so Kaylee Bundrick will be back to serve for the Cougars, looking to cut into that Mountain Line lead. Morgan with a solid pass, goes back on the slide to Brown. Diving dig from Bundrick. Ooh, a little quick back and forth. Ammerman takes a big swing and gets a tool off the block and out. Ammerman taking a big rip kind of across her body and forcing that ball out of bounds. This is a good kill on a well-formed block. So Grace Nelson back front row and Ammerman back to serve. Ooh, that's a double. Points to UCCS, Mountain Lions. It's also a tough set to make, coming off the net and running forward, trying to get there. And it just comes out spinning a little bit, so point Mountain Lions. Good pass. Set back, tip, covered by Smith. Out to Nelson. They're saying that ball was not touched by anyone. So point goes to the Cougars. So JC Johnson will go back to serve. She went on a huge run in that last set. Good pass from Ammerman. Slide to Brown. She puts it away. Hitting so well tonight. Lauren Brown. Showing some senior leadership. Lauren Brown just willing her team back into a 5-point lead for Lauren Brown. The Coach Elder, with the different lineup, they're a little unsure on who's going to serve for Lauren Brown. And so they'll have number 8, Annabella Kagan. Good up from Ammerman. It just pushed over by Raylan Edge. Set back to Christy Dick into the angle and right into the 2 defenders and unable to get the dig are the Mountain Lions. So point to Cougars. So Christy Dick gets that big swing on that slide and then she goes right back to serve. I love that as a player. You just kind of take the momentum, the endorphin rush of getting a big kill and take it into your serve and try to serve tough. High ball out to Nelson. Just takes a good swing though. High ball out for the Cougars, another dig. And they call a double on that set for Raylan Edge. So point to the Cougars. Ooh, tight pass, really high ball. Calling a net violation on setter Raylan Edge, saying she touched the net as she was making that set. So point to the Cougars. And the Cougars now on a little run from a couple errors by the Mountain Lions. Overpass from Kenzie, big rip. Good block from Raylan Edge, really quick, good block from her, but not enough to stop that from being a kill. So Coach Chrissy Elder takes a timeout as that 5-point lead just kind of evaporated. It's now down to a 1-point lead. So Mountain Lions are definitely a streaky team, but they have typically been. We're seeing that here tonight as they come out to that early 5-point lead and just watch it kind of trickle away. Point by point, a few unforced errors. Definitely have to clean that up. Coach Elder made those 2 subs to start this 3rd set, and they seem to be working out so far. But there's only so far that will get you. You have a starting lineup for a reason. Not sure if it's going to have the legs that they need it to have. We saw the same thing last night. If you tuned in last night against Regis Rangers, Coach Elder made a sub in the 5th set after her team gave up a run to put in Raylan Edge, and then she also subbed out her middles to try to change things up. And it worked at first, but it just didn't have the legs to get them the win in that 5th deciding set. We might be seeing the same thing here tonight. So the Mountain Lions clinging to this 1-point lead, and they're looking to side out. They've been stuck in this rotation for a little while. And Cougars still have Christy Dick still serving. And she comes out of that timeout with an ace. Not what the Mountain Lion wanted, obviously, but a great serve. Christy Dick's been playing great today. Strong attacks in the middle and tough at the service line. And that time just long, so Mountain Lions unable to side out by themselves there, but will take the error. And Raylan Edge will be back to serve. Big swing touched up by Edge. Kinsey gets a piece of it, but not enough. Jasa Shireman with the kill there for the Cougars. Still swinging really efficiently tonight. So we're back to a tie game. And Maddie Burns back to serve for the Cougars. Tough pass, high ball outside off the net. Nelson rips it though, covered by Smith. Edge just dumps it over, covered by Gonzalez. Big cross-court swing though from Shireman. She gets another kill. She's been really impressive. Not all of her kills have had a lot of heat on it, but she finds the spot on the court that gets points. So of course, everything you want. Much better pass this time. Back to Russell on the slide, just hits it over the block. Dig from Raylan Edge, unable to recover it though as her teammates. So 2 points lead now for the Cougars. And they're storming back in this 3rd set. Tight pass, quick back one. Number 12, Maddie Burns for the Cougars, just kind of laughed that one off as she took that one on the upper shoulder. She was like, why me? Why today? Point Mountain Lions, and Allie Morgan's back to serve. Once again, electing not to jump serve. And Shireman with another kill on that slide, just getting that tool off the block. hitting so well right now in this third set. So that's maintaining that 2-point lead for the Cougars. Smith back to serve for them. Good pass from Morgan. Back to Smith, really tight set, and she just pushes it through the block and down for the kill. Maybe some Kinsey back to serve, but maybe some good news for the Mountain Lions as Lauren Brown just comes back into the front row. This is the rotation where they got that 5-point lead to start, so she'll be there for those 3 spots. And Mountain Lions say they did not touch that, so point to the Mountain Lions. And the ball bouncing their way, that play. Well-formed block there from Smith and Brown. Maybe forcing a roll shot that they weren't expecting. The coach is challenging this play for some reason because I don't know why. How does this one work, guys? Because the play wasn't dead after the block. So I guess they would get a replay. So this is a great angle here where you can kind of see the replay angles. Hi, guys. But the down ref here is going to be looking for that touch over the top of the net. Or we're going to see if the ball just kind of goes into the top of the tape instead. And that will be determined here. The challenge system is also can be used by the coaches as another timeout tool, just like they do the same thing for a sub. So here we get a couple of different angles of that potential touch. So you're looking to see if the ball touched the top of the net or if they touched it. The down ref seems to be okay with his decision rather quickly, so see what his call is on this play here. Seems pretty confident right out of those replay angles that we have. So the replay angles that you saw aren't the same ones that the refs are looking at, just to clarify. And so Colorado Christian winning that challenge, and we'll have a replay of that point. So and Coach Elder, of course, would like some clarification from the down ref. So we're going to have a little longer delay here as that discussion takes place. Just clarifying what the call is here. So back to I believe a 1-point deficit for the Mountain Lions. Kinsey to serve this replayed point. Great dig from Kinsey on down the line. Smith with a swing into the cross. A free ball coming. Big swing from Brown. They're looking for a touch, and they're getting that call. So Lauren Brown with another kill. Playing so well in the front row is Lauren Brown right now. Tie game now. Overpass. Brown with another kill. Just setting up Lauren Brown right now is Kinsey. That's a couple times now where she's gotten some easy kills. And she's just rolling in luck tonight. And obviously she's a good player, so. But I'd rather be lucky than good. Tough dig, set from Kinsey. Just a roll shot from Ammerman. Big swing out of bounds from Shireman that time. She's been swinging so well tonight. So once again, that ball rolling the way of the Mountain Lions. She just hit that ball into the top of the tape and it kind of propelled it out. High ball here. And a good block, but just out. Not getting the roll that time as Lauren Brown is just kind of smiling about it now. So the Cougars finally able to side out, and the Mountain Lions run out of that with a 1-point lead. And Gonzalez back to serve. She's been serving really well for the Cougars tonight. Aaron with a big swing into the block. Trouble from the Cougars, some miscommunication, and the ball falls. I mean, that was a tough dig either way, but they both just kind of stopped on it, thinking the other one was going to get it. So a little miscommunication from the Cougars, and the Mountains benefit from it. Taylor Smith now serving. Big swing out of the middle and a touch on the block. The ball went long, but touched on the block, so point for the Cougars. Front row setter now for the Mountain Lions in this rotation. A little different. And number 2, Kaylee Bundrick for the Cougars serving. High ball to Ammerman off the net, rolls it into the angle. Quick set house by Lauren Brown, and she's there again for a big point for the Mountain Lions. I don't know what to say. She's on fire right now. Hopefully she can continue it and will her team to a win here in the third set. Ammerman back to serve. Another good block from the Mountain Lions. High ball on the outside. Johnson with a big swing off the block down the line for the kill. That is a tough dig to make for the Mountain Lions. That ball's ricocheting there at the net, and it's kind of tough to just kind of predict where it's going to fall. So J.C. Johnson now back to serve for Colorado Christian. Tough pass. Edge into the scores table. She just wanted to say hi to us. So back to a tie game here late in the third set. And this potential deciding set for the Cougars. Edge with the dump, and she gets the point. She liked what she saw there on that pass and went for it, getting the kill. We're to the point of this set where all these points are really important. These momentum swings can be big. Both teams have a timeout apiece. What a tip on this middle. That's Christy Dick with the kill, recognizing the double block there and just going with the off speed and getting it to fall about on the 1 foot line for the kill. And now she's back to serve. Still at that time game. Like I said, we're in the crunch time. All these points are really huge. Out to Nelson, one up. Good dig, another good dig. Can she get that over? Yes, she can. Wow. Back out to Nelson. She takes another big swing in the line. And the line ref calls that down and in. So Grace Nelson with a big kill. She had 2 big swings there. Eventually getting that kill. Huge play from her. And now Raylan Edge back to serve. Slide. Oh, good touch from Edge. Just a free ball coming here, though, for the Cougars. Tight pass. Big angle swing for the kill. That's number 1, Callie Bonson. Still tied up, 20-20. This game's getting really interesting. Mountain Lions fighting back to try to take a set and force a fourth. Out to Nelson again. Big block from Dry. Back to Josie Russell. Finds the seam there. Trying to push that pineapple of Shireman. Trying to push it over. I say pineapple. They're trying to push it over the head of the defender, a deep tip instead of that short tip like the one we just saw from Christy Dick. So a little different type of tip. So point to the Mountain Lions and Allie Morgan back to serve. And she gets an ace. Huge point. Allie Morgan comes in to serve and gets that ace. That's just her role on this team. She goes back to serve and play back row. She's great at both, and she comes up huge here in this third set. So Mountain Lions have this 2-point lead, 22-20. Trying to keep the night going. They're saying we're not ready to go home yet. Cougars, I don't know, they seem pretty calm and collected. With that big win in the second set by 10 points. I don't know, they probably aren't lacking for confidence at this point. Just need to execute better. And I mentioned that change to the lineup Coach Elder made for the Mountain Lions. Just a little different look from the Mountain Lions on their offense and how they run it with a different setter and Raylan Edge. So it's working now. Hopefully they can keep it rolling here out of this timeout. Allie Warden, once again, though, coming up huge. This is just her job. She comes in, she has to serve. She's not playing front row at all, and she has to serve aggressively and essentially get points. That's why she's in the game, and she's a big ace there. Tip denied from the block. Another big swing on the outside, but that is in. Mountain Lions calling out on that ball, but it was not out. It was definitely in on that deep line corner shot from Ashley Dry with a big kill. Kyra Smith now to serve for the Cougars. Back to Smith. She takes a big swing into that cross that she loves so much. Great cut on that ball. That ball had a lot of side spin, and that caused that shank pass on the dig into the stands. And of course, Lauren Brown now in the front row again for the Mountain Lions. Back to Dry. Big swing denied this time from Hannah Ammerman. Lauren Brown closing that block decently well on that quick back set, but Hannah Ammerman with a huge block for the point, and they're now looking at their first set point of the night, trying to force this fourth set. Tough serve from Kinsey. High ball is tight and unable to get to it. The bench of the Mountain Lions coach is calling that roll out well before the attacker made the shot, but the defense unable to react in time to get it. So the Mountain Lions will have a side out point here. Tough pass. Ooh, tough set. And a great swing from Johnson. So the Mountain Lions will have one more side out point, and Coach Elder wants to make sure she has the play that she wants. She calls a timeout. Both coaches out of timeouts now as we're looking at 24-23. So she's gonna drop a play here, Coach Elder, and she's gonna say, this is the play we're running and this is the play we're banking this set on. We want to win this third set and force this fourth set. So this is the play we're going to run. And this is how we're going to get a kill. And then we're going to switch sides and keep playing. So she's talking to the team now and telling them what she wants. Usually out of these timeouts, you just go with something that the team has confidence in. It could be a new play. I'm not saying that it's definitely a play that they always run, but it could be a new play, and the team knows, be like, hey, we ran this play before, but we haven't run it a lot tonight, and we know we'll catch the Cougars defense off. But as they talk about this play and how they want to run it, it all depends on the pass to get there. If they don't get a pass, they can't run the play. And serving for the Cougars is Mariela Gonzalez, and she's been serving great tonight, keeping Mountain Lions out of system. I would expect this ball to go to Lauren Brown just with the way that she's been playing tonight. Options are also Ammerman and Smith, though. This is a big point for both teams. Good pass. Bad set. Just tipped over. Ammerman with another tough swing, and she gets a kill somehow. So the Mountain Lions take that third set and force a fourth set. Not the way they drew it up. Absolutely not the way they drew it up, but it worked and wins the set for them. So Cougars still leading 2-1. Let's go for a couple replays here. That's Shireman with the kill out the middle, and Lauren Brown back, just getting enough on it for the kill. And there's that big block. Lauren Smith just nodding her head like, yep, that was supposed to happen. It's the way I drew that block up. Christy Dick with a hard cross. Allie Moore, what a Just amazing one-handed play to keep that ball alive. Lauren Brown on the slide finds the kill on that one. Dry putting away the overpass. Shireman with a slide into the cross. Russell getting that ball high up to Burns. Burns kind of laughing it off. You can see there from that angle. Lauren Brown putting away the overpass. And then Ammerman getting this kill, hitting it through the block. You can see both players just kind of stop chasing it for some reason. That's a huge block from Lauren Brown on that swing. And then there's that line shot that just fell in. Raylan Edge with the center dump, keeping them off their game. And then Christy Dick with that tip that worked so well. What a dig there. Just a lot of back and forth. Great volleyball from both these teams on these replays. Dry here with that huge line shot that they were calling out right away almost. And then pushing that one down and in as well. And then here's that deciding set point. 2 players from the Cougars diving for that pancake, unable to get it. So we get a 4th set. Mountain Lions changed things up in that 3rd set. And it seemed to work, even though it was close, 25-23. Just looking at some stats real quick, the Cougars had 2 players in just that 3rd set with 4 kills. And that was JC Johnson and Christy Dick. But leading the way was Jocelyn Shireman for them with 6 kills, hitting 625 on that night. So the first set, she had 1,000. Second set, she was down in more reasonable, like 300 realm. But in this last set, sitting 625, high efficiency from the middle hitter of the Cougars. On the Mountain Lion side, leading the way was Hannah Ammerman with 4 kills, hitting 444 from the outside position. That's really efficient for an outside because they have to deal with a lot of those out of system plays where they just kind of chug up the ball. So great swing from her. Also Lauren Brown with 3 kills, hitting 429. She also had 3 blocks in that game, just dominating at the front of the net. Leading the way in digs was Taylor Smith that match with 3, and then there was also 2 Cougars with 3, Mariela Gonzalez and Kaylee Bundrick with 3 apiece. So the hitting percentage that game for the Mountain Lions was .367. Coach Elder switched her setter that game, and it came out with a much higher hitting percentage as they hit 0 in that last set and then hitting .367 in this set. So looking at game 4 here in this match, Ammerman, of course, still starting, and Raylan Edge still starting. So Mountain Lions not changing their lineup from that 3rd set. And for the Cougars, it looks like they're also sticking with their lineup. So I think both coaches figured out what lineup they want to run tonight, and I doubt we'll see too many changes from that moving forward in this 4th set. Good tough serve from Morgan. Just a high ball, great set all the way across the court. And Bowerman getting the kill over the... I'm sorry, that's Kaylee Bonson with the kill. She's just getting that kill right over the block, hitting that top of the hands, and it dribbles over for the kill. Good pass from Morgan. Set back to Smith. She tries to take a hard swing and hits it into the net. I think that set was a little further off the net than she thought, and she took a big swing and gets that error. She's a little under that swing as well. Great set into the 31. Another good block from the Mountain Lions. Just a high ball, free ball over here. See how they use it. Goes out to Ammerman. She takes a big swing into the angle. Received by the Cougars. Shireman out of the middle gets the kill. Continuing to hit very efficiently. Hit it just flat into that block, powered it through, and down for the kill. Christy Dick is still serving, and the Cougars are out to a quick 3-point lead in this 4th set. Tough pass. Ammerman with a big swing and finds a kill. Raylan Edge going down to Renisa, bump set that ball out. Not the prettiest kill, but we'll take it. Showing some resilience, fighting through some adversity. Just a high ball here for the Cougars. Just a roll shot. Kinsey with one-handed dig is in the overpass, and it's in. The dig kill. somehow, some way. Just in front of me here on the Cougars bench are the coaches, and one of the coaches was calling that ball out, and unfortunately it was in. So Point Mountain Lions and an ace serve from Jordan Kinsey. So 2 huge plays from her back-to-back, tying up the game. One was that dig kill, which it looks like she might have scraped her hand on it. She just looked at her hand, and then she gets an ace to follow right up after that. Another hard serve, keeping them off the net. Still runs the slide to Shireman, and she finds the kill somehow, getting that ball just inside the block. You can see their number 7, Ashley Dry, in the front row now for the Cougars. And that's Maddie Burns serving. Back to Smith. She gets blocked that time. Or not. They say she hit that one into the net, so that's 2 hits for her in a row into the net, but Coach Elder is going to challenge that and say that they touched it. So we will see. This is a similar replay to the last one that we saw. That ended up in Colorado Christian Cougars winning that challenge, and they're saying that there was a touch. So same thing that we saw last time on this. And it's hard to tell from this angle. So what makes this difficult for the down ref is, of course, nothing, because he calls a challenge upheld for the Mountain Lions. He's calling that the ball did touch it and it was not into the net. So we will replay that point. Down ref wasting no time on that replay. He saw what he wanted from the first couple angles, and so we'll get a replay of that point. So that's Maddie Burns still serving. Out to Ammerman. She gets housed, unfortunately. That's a big block from Ashley Dry. Ammerman on that high ball off the net against the well-formed block. Tried to turn it line, just didn't get enough height on the swing. Point for the Cougars. And then an ace serve. Mountain Lions calling out and just being wrong and falling in. Another tough serve from Burns, back to Smith, and she dispatched that one well out of bounds. Cougars now on a run here after that challenge call, out to an early 4-point lead in this 4th and deciding set. Mountain Lions need a side out right here. And they get one with the service long. Burns got 3 big points, so her going for her serve and missing isn't too bad. But I'll take it as a Mountain Lion fan. Taylor Smith back to serve. She sails that one long. So back-to-back service aces here. Volleyball getting a little sloppy on these last couple points. So Kyra Smith for the Cougars will be back to serve. See if she can get this one in. Good pass for Kenzie. Out to Ammerman. She tips it over. Dig by Gonzalez. Feeding the middle. Easy dig, though. And Lauren Brown pushing it deep into that corner for the kill. Way to see the court and get that point down. So Hannah Ammerman now back to serve. She has a good, tough serve, and they're in a good rotation. Hopefully get a big point here. Well received, though, from Gonzalez. Great dig from Smith. Middle against middle, and Lauren Brown finds that corner again for the kill. That's a huge dig from Taylor Smith. That was a great swing from Shireman of the Cougars. It was just a better dig from Smith. And then the Mountain Lions running that middle in transition real quick right back at him and getting the point. running a 31 that nobody was up at. Mountain Lions missing a blocking assignment, so a free kill there for Shireman. Gonzalez back to serve. On her, sitting down, bumps the ball over the net. Some miscommunication from the Cougars and gets a kill. I don't know how that happens. What a play. So we see Madison McIntosh in the game again. She's serving this time. Another big swing on that 31. Cougars running that play back to back. And this time Christy Dick as the middle getting the kill on that 31 play. And that's Kaylee Bundrick for the Cougars. Back to serve. Cougars have a 3 points lead in this fourth potentially deciding set. And then with a solid pass back to Russell. And did she touch it?
Josie Russell with the kill. Point UC.
Looks like the Cougars are going to challenge this call. You can see the coach here saying, how can you not see that? It rolled right down to her. So what they're challenging here is Josie Russell hit that ball into the block, and then off the block, they're saying it hit Josie Russell and then went out of bounds, so it would be Cougars' point. So that's the question here. The coach for the Cougars made it seem like this is plain as day, but I think this is really close. It might have grazed her hair over her left shoulder. But from the angle of the bench of the Cougars, you seem to think that this was plain as day. The down ref making the call, calling the touch right away. So points to the Cougars, and the challenge is successful for them again.
The previous call has been reversed. Point for CCU.
Bundrick still serving. We're waiting on the down ref to just confirm something. So quick delay. Right back to it though. Great serve. Tight pass. Russell and the setter. Setter always wins the joust. And points to the Cougars. A double called there on that set. Setters always win the joust, so Burns there just doing her job as a setter and pushing the ball onto their side against the middle. Mountain Lions looking up at a 5-point deficit. They were up about the same time last game, 5 points, and the Cougars came back, eventually losing, but let's see what the Mountain Lions have out of this timeout, hopefully to claw their way back. And such a streaky team as we've been seeing tonight. The highs are high and the lows are low. And the game just kind of ebbs and flows in that direction. And they can get a couple points here or there, or they can turn it into a run. Definitely need a run here as they're down big in this fourth set. No substitution changes there for the Mountain Lions, taking a quick timeout, not using all the allotted time. So the Cougars taking a little longer time. So much so that the down ref is walking across the room. They're like, hey guys, let's go. You gotta get on the court. So we'll see Kaylee Bundrick still serving, and she's been serving really tough in this rotation, attacking this serve receive of the Mountain Lions. Solid pass, feeds into the middle. Josie Russell gets the kill. That's a tough play, a good connection from their middle and their setter. Just kind of throwing it towards the front of the net and getting her that kill across her shoulder for the kill. So some signs of life right out of the timeout for the Mountain Lions. Johnson with the tip, dug by Edge, set to Smith, another dig from Burns. Libero's setting their outsides back-to-back here. And a third one in a row. Nelson with a big swing into the angle. Up, this is maybe a free ball coming for the Mountain Lions. Back to Smith, big swing blocked though. Russell just pushes it over, free ball, she just tips it over. I'm not really sure what's going on now. Another free ball over, and it's called for a double, and that was out. The middle blocker, Christy Dick, going for the hand set to get that ball over, and that is usually not the forte of middle blockers, and Christy Dick also has that hand brace on that probably affected that as well. So Edge still serving. Good dig from Kenzie. Feeds the middle in transition. There's that connection again of Raylan Edge to Josie Russell with a big kill. Love to see that. Johnson with a big swing through the block and gets that side out that the Cougars were looking for. Mountain Lions going on a little run there, getting a few points back, but they're still down 3. Just need to focus on these plays in this serve receive and passing. Passing has been their nemesis this set. Well, I guess all match really. Out to Nelson, big swing to the angle, just over, and Josie Russell taps it down for the kill. It's a big swing from Grace Nelson, and the libero Gonzalez just couldn't handle it enough, and Josie Russell tapped it down for the kill. So Allie Morgan into serve. Tight pass, setter dump, dug by Edge. Back row swing for Morgan, takes a good rip. Well dug though. Slide, Christy Dick, blocked by Ammerman. And then a back row shot of their own for the Cougars. Kinsey with that dig. Throws it into the 31, and you see Russell now, the middle for the Mountain Lions on fire. With a few back-to-back kills here, getting the team going. And Allie Morgan serves that one just long. A point for the Cougars.
Now serving number 15, Christy Dick.
Once again, the focus here is on that siding out. One pass right here. Back to Smith. She takes a big swing off the block. Bumps that to the outside really tight. And unable to hit it. That is points for the Mountain Lions.
Now serving number 2, Jordan Kinsey.
So Jordan Kinsey back to serve. Mountain Lions still needing a point to claw back into this game. Good serve. Pipe out of the middle. Roll shot is out. So good serve from Jordan Kinsey, getting the Cougars out of system and ultimately forcing that error. Another great serve from Kinsey. Good touch there from Johnson, but not enough to keep it up. And the Mountain Lions take the lead for the first time in a long time in this fourth set. Good serve again, keeping them off the net. Sharman with the slide into the seam and the angle. Seam of that block, hitting the angle of the court and getting the kill. Very reliable hitter for the Cougars tonight. And that's Maddie Burns there back to serve for the Cougars. Smith with a big rip. They're calling no on that touch. They're playing on though, and Ammerman gets the tip down for the kill. You can see taking up the screen, that's the coach of the Cougars talking to the down ref saying, she didn't touch it. He's like, can I challenge that? So our third challenge of the day is the same as the first two, where we're just looking to see if this swing, if this hit was touched by the block. This one's a little different, though, from the other two because I'm not sure if it will result in a replay. I think it will result in either a point for the Mountain Lions or a point for the Cougars. Really tough to see from this angle. The Cougars coach is trying to see the replay, though. I don't think he likes the call. The down ref, very decisive on all these replays. He's calling that there was a touch. So Cougars lose the challenge. That was a really quick challenge. And as you can see the face there of the Cougars coach, it's Bobby Blanken. He disagrees. Go figure, he challenged it in the first place. So point to the Mountain Lions, I think. It looks like the down ref is actually going to confer with up ref on the ruling here, who gets the point or not. Yeah, he's signaling point for the Mountain Lions. Throughout these delays, you always get some interesting fallout, and so the Cougars are also requesting a lineup check to see who their next server is. They want to make sure they're in the correct rotation coming out of that timeout. Sometimes you can lose your place after all the hubbub of this. So points remains with the Mountain Lions, and that challenge is unsuccessful for the Cougars. Now will be Taylor Smith back to serve for the Mountain Lions. Back to Shireman, big swing on the slide. Soft block, great up from Smith. Feeds the middle looking for that corner, but it's just out. But they're calling a touch on this. The one side judge called it out, and the other one called a touch on the block. So point to the Mountain Lions. Overpass here for Brown. She takes a swing and gets a kill. So Lauren Brown being the beneficiary of another overpass here. And they're all smiles on the Mountain Lions side. And the Cougars take a timeout. So that streaky play from the Mountain Lions is now in their favor as they have a 3-point lead. Get into the later part of this fourth set. Mountain Lions playing much better tonight with their backs up against the wall facing that elimination for tonight. So hopefully that continues, and this change of setters has worked out really well for them tonight as well. Taylor Smith, of course, is our server in this rotation. She's been serving well on that down the line shot, serving on away from your screen, just down that line, really hard jump float. I expect her to continue that. You kind of attack the part of the rotation that works for you, and that's been working for her in this rotation in this set. So I would expect them to continue that out of the timeout and focus on this big block that they can hopefully set up once they get them out of system with Lauren Brown in the front row. Has been so successful tonight blocking. So both teams coming out of this timeout a little late in the clock for the timeout. So using all the timeouts to catch a breath and get some water and regroup. No changes on either side. Just like I said, I would expect both teams to keep with their lineup for the rest of the night. Big serve here. And into the net. So points, Bobby Blanken. Coach Bobby Blanken of the Cougars getting his team a point with a good timeout there, and the error on the serve from Taylor Smith. And back to serve for the Cougars now is Kyra Smith. Back to Brown. She gets stopped that time. Huge block for the Cougars, stopping a hot hand, Lauren Brown, Mountain Lions. That was J.C. Johnson and Jassa Shireman with the block. Smith still serving. Tough serve. Just a tip there from Ammerman. High ball out to try, toughly received, back and forth at the net. Allie Morgan just pushing it over because she wasn't sure if there was double touch at the net or not. She gets a bump over the net that falls down for a point. Wow. You don't see those points too often. So, Ammerman serve. Feeding the middle, good swing. Ammerman with the dig. Is that ball in? They play it. Feeding the middle again, deep tip. Smith receives it, feeding Lauren Brown and blocked again. A little off on the coverage there are the Mountain Lions. They're usually able to get a ball up off the block there, but unable to there. So back-to-back points with a little unconventional point from both teams. Just balls kind of falling that don't normally do. And Gonzalez to serve. Nelson with a big swing into the angle. That might be over, and it is, and Lauren Brown pushes down. The Cougars bench is up and freaking out, saying the block was over the net. They got no room from the refs, though. They completely disagree. Good serve there from the freshman, keeping them out of system. And that high ball to Johnson. She takes a big swing, and she gets a dig now. Slide to Russell. She takes a cutty shot off speed into the empty middle spot of the court. Great swing there and a big point for the Mountain Lions. Now that we've hit that 20-point threshold, these are big points. And the freshman coming up big, serving here. Another good serve from her. And an error by the Cougars, getting another point. And the Cougars call their second timeout. And their coaching staff is very unhappy about something. The frustration evident on their bench. And the Mountain Lions rolling off of that. 4-point lead here late in the fourth set. Love these subs that came in for the team in the third set that they stuck with, really performing well here. The Mountain Lions middles are still playing really well. You can see their coach, Bobby Blanken, really exuberant in the timeout, talking to his team. He's like, we are better than this. I don't know what's going on, but this is our game and we need to play it. You can see the players' heads nodding up and down like, yeah, I agree. So out of this timeout, we're going to see that standing float from Madison McIntosh, and we'll see how the Cougars receive it. They had trouble with it the last two times. See how they adjust their serve receive to deal with it. Obviously, it's a new server for them throughout the game because she just came in. And, just the last set, and they didn't get to see a lot of services from her. So this run is a little unprecedented for them. They haven't had trouble siding out. So see how they adjust their serve receive to deal with it. And there she is, Madison McIntosh with the serve. Another good serve from her. Big set to the back, just off the block and up. High ball for Nelson, big double block, and she gets it down. That's a big point for the Mountain Lions, and Grace Nelson with a kill off the block there. Overpass this time. Oh no. Mountain Lions didn't even see the ball. They were looking at their hitting assignments and did not even see the pass. That could have been a huge point for them. They let an opportunity go by, and the Cougars catch a break. A lot of back and forth of these points that you don't normally see from both teams. Buntrick with the serve. Mountain Lions trying to run a stack that time. Grace Nelson coming in on a quick two, but her and Raylan Edge just off, not on the same page there. So another point to the Cougars, and they get 2 big points here, bring them back in this match. Good pass this time. Out to Nelson, 1 up. She just took something off there. She didn't really love the set. And Burns goes for the dump. And execution is not there. An error from her into the net. So now we have set points to force a game 5. Raylan Edge back to serve. Johnson with a big swing is blocked by Taylor Smith to end this 4th set. We're going 2-5 for 2 nights in a row here at the Gallagly Event Center. Whiteout weekend with the drama. You see team captain here, senior Taylor Smith, and team captain Maddie Burns. We'll have a coin toss to see who gets what side and who gets to serve first. Heads is the call for Taylor Smith. She said, we'll take serve and we'll stay on side. So there you have it. Let's get some replays from that 4th set. Just a roll shot down and in from Johnson. Big swing from Ammerman off the block. Another rollie, a diving dig kill from Jordan Kinsey. I love that play. Sharman with the kill just inside the block of the Mountain Lions there. High ball out to Ammerman that got blocked. Lauren Brown pushing that deep corner. And that's the Shireman one with a blown blocking assignment from the Mountain Lions. She just crushed that one. Ammerman with this kill. Seated. Love it. We should just show that one 10 times. And there's Christy Dick with the slide up by Kenzie and Josie Russell in transition with the kill. That's a tough play to run and successful there. Josie Russell with a little tap down kill. 2 plays in a row. Shireman's so efficient today, just hitting so well. And then Lauren Brown with another overpass that she gets for the kill. And she got blocked here a couple times. There's one of them. And there's that other one. Big swing from Nelson to the overpass again for Lauren Brown. And Johnson with the big swing that got denied by Taylor Smith to end that match. As a player, I used to always look at my blockers when we were up in that position. The Mountain Lions were just in, I would say, block for the win. And that's exactly what they just did. You got a big block for the win, and that gives you so much momentum. It's such a huge play for your team. Love to see that, and carrying us into this 5th set where anything can really happen. Just some stats real quick. Leading the way in just the 4th set, not sets for the game, just the 4th set was Josie Russell with 5 kills, hitting .444. And then Shireman for the Cougars had 4 kills, also hitting .444. So that middle battle remaining a key point here in this match between the Colorado Christian Cougars and the Mountain Lions at UCCS. So both teams are going to stick with their lineups coming out of that set. These 5th sets, anything can happen. Anybody can go on a service run or get a block that they're not normally getting or get a kill they're not normally getting out of a certain rotation, and that could decide these 5th sets. We're going to talk about those points 20 and up that are just those big points that just that's game time. That's when you got to step up and be clutch. And it's going to be like that way for 15 points here in this 5th deciding match. We'll switch sides at 8 points. First one to 8, we'll switch. We'll see the benches move as well, because volleyball is awesome that way, which is like musical chairs. And we'll see who starts out strong here and keeps that momentum. So JC Johnson will start us off. Good pass from Morgan. Back to Smith on the solo up. She crushes it cross court, but just off the tape. Kinsey with the set again to Smith. Big double block that time. She elects to tip it. High ball out. And Bonson with the kill for the Cougars, and they'll get that first point of this 5th set. That's a big point for them to start with. It's usually easier in volleyball to side out if you're in serve receive instead of supposed to you serving. So big point there for the Cougars. And Johnson just maybe a little too excited on that one. Serving it long and point to the Mountain Lions. Oh my! Hannah Ammerman with a huge block. Burns electing to set the short side to Christy Dick. And the block was there. Getting a big point here in this 5th deciding set. Good serve from Kinsey. Back to Dick again. She tips it this time and gets the kill. The off speed working this time. I love seeing Burns go back to Christy Dick there after the block. Keep her hitter in the game. Good pass. Ammerman with a big swing, up by Johnson. Tip. Pancake from Kinsey. Smith with just a roll shot here. Electing to her back row. Dug by Edge. Back to Smith again. She takes a big swing angle. That might be over. It's tight. Off the net here, just throwing it over. I think it's just a free ball, really. Going back to Shireman. She takes a big swing through the block and gets it. Allie Morgan unable to handle it. So point to the Cougars. That's a good rally here on the 5th set from both sides. Ultimately falling to the Cougar side, though. And right as I say that teams side out better and serve receive, that is not true so far through the first 5 points of this 5th set. Taylor Smith with a big rip cross, unable to handle it. It's J.C. Johnson. Ball was sailing deep, might have been out, but point to the Mountain Lions. And now Smith gets that kill and it's back to serve. Good serve, keeping that off the net. One up, and Ammerman takes a swing. Dug by Johnson into Shireman. She takes a big swing. Kinsey with the dig, though. And a double call on Raylan Edge. She was going for a big set there. She was way off the net, at like 15 feet off the net, and just trying to chuck it back to Smith. Unsuccessfully there. Good idea, though. Got to stay aggressive in these 5th sets. Anything can happen. Burns back to serve for the Cougars. Morgan with a great pass. Slide to Brown. Tonight at the net. Just a high ball here in the back row, though. Kinsey with the dig. Edge out to Ammerman. Great dig from Gonzalez, the one-hander. Getting her team that point there. Unbelievable dig. Diving one-handed stab on that. Good pass from Kinsey. Out to Ammerman. Big double block. She hits it over that block. That block from the Cougars, they really pressed a little more than they should have. Ammerman with a high attack into the deep part of the court gets the kill there. Great swing from her. And she's now back to serve. And Grace Nelson is now front row for the Mountain Lions. Mountain Lions need a big point here. Try to tie this up. Back to Shireman. She finds a way. Just a waterfall right there on Lauren Brown. It just kind of hit right between Grace Nelson and Lauren Brown and trickled down the net. So Kyra Smith to serve. Nelson with a big swing, handled by Gonzalez. Shireman with a crossbody swing, hit that really hard, just into the tape though. Nelson with a big swing, dug by Gonzalez again. Johnson with another big swing. Long rallies here in this 5th set. Nelson gets denied there, but it's covered, and Edge just dumps it. Really tight pass here from Gonzalez. Back row. The Cougars freaking out on the bench, saying that she's over, but that pass, at least from my angle, is clearly over the net. Oh, this happens so often. And that ball was on the plane of the net is what the up ref is saying. So, point to the Mountain Lions. McIntosh to serve. Another tight pass, back to Dry. She hits a huge ball over the block. It was just a solo block. She hit it. She could have hit it anywhere, but she elected to hit it just into the top of that block and down and in. And Mariela Gonzalez back to serve for the Cougars, who's been a force tonight. What a dig she had just a couple points ago. Edge can't do too much with that pass. She just pushes it over. High ball from Johnson. No touch from the Mountain Lions there. So point to the Mountain Lions. Mountain Lions still searching for that big point to tie up this game. So Raylan Edge is back to serve. We have Smith, Russell, and Nelson in the front row blocking. Good serve, keeping them off the net. High ball to Johnson. She's at the 10-foot line. Just a roll shot here. Ammerman with the dig. Back to Smith. She takes a huge swing into the cross court and down for the kill. That is a great swing from Taylor Smith. And this next point will get us our switch. Our first 1 to 8. We'll be switching sides. This point we'll decide who goes in with that momentum. Another good serve from Edge. Back to Dry, big swing off the top of the block again, handled by Kinsey this time. High ball to Nelson. And they're letting them play through that, and Nelson gets the kill. And so we'll switch sides. Mountain Lions with a 1-point advantage going into this initial switch. Some great volleyball here in this 5th set. A lot of back and forth, a lot of long rallies. It's just a test of wills, really. Who wants it more at this point in the game? And Raylan Edge still serving. She came in this 3rd set and has been playing well ever since. Just too much on that serve, getting the point right back to the Cougars. So Haley Bundrick will be subbing in and serving for the Cougars. Tie game 8-8 in this 5th set. High stakes. And that's an ace serve. I'm not really sure what happened there. And Coach Elder calls a timeout right away after that. She does not like that. That's an easy point for the Cougars. They're just serving normal, and some miscommunication, I think, between the passers on who was supposed to take that ball, and it falls into the deep corner. Unfortunate. We haven't seen a couple of those unfortunate points in a while. This 5th set has been really solid, and we did definitely see some of those in the 4th set, but not so far in this 5th set. So really quick timeout for the Mountain Lions, just to end and be like, hey, grab some water, catch your breath. That's not how you normally play volleyball. Let's go right back at it. So Mountain Lions really need to side out here, though, so I'm surprised they didn't take more time and just kind of drop a play how they want, but Coach Elder talking to her team now from the sideline. Not sure if she's giving them a play or not, but the serve receive has been playing really well the last 2 sets and into this 5th set, but it's so crucial, especially coming out of this timeout, on what play they're able to run based off the pass. So that's Haley Buntrick for the Cougars serving out of this timeout. Good serve from her. Just a 2-ball. Taylor Smith tips it and gets the point. Taylor Smith finding a way to get a kill and siding out of the timeout. So we have a tie game again. The Mountain Lions looking to take that advantage back, and Allie Morgan back to serve. She's been serving this standing float lately. Slide off-speed shot from Christy Dick does the trick. She gets a point there for her team. Mountain Lions seemed really caught off guard from that. JC Johnson to serve. Good pass. Tight set. And Taylor Smith once again finds a way to get a kill. That was a tight set against that well-formed big block, and she tools it out of bounds for the kill. So Lauren Brown now in the front row for the Mountain Lions, and Kinsey back to serve. They call the double on the set. Points to the Mountain Lions. So a couple of uncharacteristic errors for both teams here in the fifth set. Great serve from Kinsey. Gets an ace. That's a huge point for the Mountain Lions, going up 2 points here late, and a timeout right away from the Cougars. Jordan Kinsey's been serving that great flat jump float. It just kind of hovers right at the top of the tape. And it's really hard to read as a passer which way it's going to go. And in that time, they made the wrong guess and passed it into the net. So point to the Mountain Lions. It's a huge momentum shift for them. We get another timeout. We're going to see a lot of timeouts here late in this fifth set. Coaches are going to do everything they can to put their team in the best situation. And when one team gets a run, the other team's going to call a timeout. That's what we're seeing here. So tough serve here for Kinsey out of the timeout, especially since they didn't use their timeout too long. They're already back on the court for the Mountain Lions, whereas Cougars are still meeting and discussing their plan of attack. We're just kind of into the meat and potatoes of the game, though. We have been for quite a while. I don't think we're going to see anything crazy out of the timeout from the Cougars or the Mountain Lions. All right, so still serving is Jordan Kinsey, the libero for the Mountain Lions. Good pass this time, way out. And Bonson hits it into the net. Another huge point for the Mountain Lions, and they take a 3-point advantage now here late in the fifth set. Another great serve from Kinsey, keeping him off the net. Set out to Bonson. She tips it this time, up by Ammerman. Brown just tips it over. Slide to Christy Dick. She gets that one high off the hands and gets a kill. Much needed kill for the Cougars, keeping them in this match. Mountain Lions in a good position, though. They just need to side out the rest of the game. If they can get these points off these serves, the serves of the Cougars, they'll side out. And rough pass, high ball to Ammerman. Big swing, handled. Another high ball out to the Cougars, though. It's a tough swing for Bonson, who had to transition all the way across the court. Smith with the big swing and the kill. Leading her team here in the fifth set is Taylor Smith, finding a way to get a kill yet again. And we have a match point for the Mountain Lions. Taylor Smith with that big kill off the top of that block, and back to serve now. And a timeout called really late by the Cougars. That's one way to ice someone. So the Cougars are out of timeouts now, as we're really late in this fifth set. Mountain Lions still have one more at their disposal. And some mind games going on by the coaching staff. This is your chance. This is like in football when you see that kicker, they call a timeout at the last second, but the kicker still kicks it, and they either make it or miss it, and then they have to kick it again and decides the game. That's what we're looking at right here. She almost served the ball, and they called the timeout right as she had already tossed the serve to serve it. I don't know if I've ever actually seen that before, a timeout called so late in the process. Not that you can't do it, you obviously can, you just don't see it very often. So momentum clear with the Mountain Lions. They just need one more point to close out this fifth set. Match point on the line. One last point needed for the Mountain Lions. Here we go. Good pass from the Cougars in system. Big swing, Kinsey with a dig. Morgan sets it to Ammerman over her shoulder. Oh, quick again. Kinsey another with the dig. Raylan Edge with a set to Ammerman. Setter dump. That set just kind of went over the net. A lot of back and forth. Big swing here. And Ammerman reaches for it and points to the Cougars. Maddie Burns, the setter for the Cougars, is now back to serve. Mountain Lions calling a different play late. See what they run. They ran an inside to Ammerman and she gets housed. Huge, huge block for the Cougars. The Mountain Lions try to call a play late there, and that was the play, a slide with a 32. And it was unsuccessful. Cougars all over that. So the Mountain Lions will get one last match point here. If they side out here, they win. If not, we'll be in a deuce situation, meaning the team has to win by 2 points. Both teams out of their timeouts now. Absolutely down to the wire here. 2 nights in a row. No timeouts left. Both teams could maybe get some subs in. And I think each team has, I think the Mountain Lions have 2 challenges left and the Cougars 1. So they could use their challenge almost like a timeout if they needed to. But if we get into that deuce situation, it could be really interesting. Starts with that serve receive though. Right out of this timeout, if Mountain Lions get a pass, I think they'll get a good playoff and hopefully side out for the win. And here we go, down to it. This is what it's all about. This is why people like sports. Good pass from Kinsey, back to Brown. She hits it hard, but a good dig from Burns. High ball out, just rolls over, dug by Kinsey. High ball to Ammerman for the swing. Oh, that's an overpass. Brown gets it down and in for the win. Mountain Lions win it in 5 by 2. So last night they lost 15-13, and tonight they win 15-13 in the 5th set. Nail biters both. We won, guys. We did it. What a game. What a game. That's as close as it gets in volleyball. Like, it doesn't get any closer. Decided by 2 points in the 5th set. I don't even know what to say. Let's get some stats. How about that? Here we go. Stats just in for this 5th set. Leading the way for the Mountain Lions with 5 kills was Taylor Smith hitting .556. The senior right side hitter absolutely carrying the team in that 5th set. A lot of different players for the Mountain Lions carrying them throughout those 3 winning sets. So great to see that. And then for Colorado Christian University, leading the way was Christy Dick with 3 kills in that 5th set, hitting .500. And then Shireman with 2, also hitting .500, and Ashley Dry with 2 kills, hitting .667. So as a team, the Cougars hit 185 in that 5th set to 231 of the Mountain Lions. Some loud cheers from the stands cheering on Mountain Lions in the background for a big home win. Mountain Lions also had 4 blocks. Yeah, Mountain Lions had 4 blocks in that 5th set as well. That's huge to 1 block of the Cougars. It's deciding match. There's that huge block from Ammerman. And then Shireman gets that kill through that same block. Ammerman with a hard swing into the cross, right back to Dry. She just tips it over and down. Dry again over the top of the block of Nelson there. Smith just tipping it. So crafty in this 5th set, getting kills. Here's Smith again, tooling the block somehow, some way. Kinsey with an ace serve here. And then Dry getting them right out of that timeout after that ace, upside out, and then Smith again with another kill and points. And then this is that big block from Ashley Dry. And the point that ultimately won it all, just trickled down and in. What a game. Oh, what's up, guys? So, very exciting weekend for Whiteout Weekend here at Gallagher Event Center. Very exciting volleyball. Tune in 2 weeks for some more home games, Friday night at 7 and Saturday at 5. Again, that's going to be the kind of consistency that we hear for the home matches for Gallagher again. So every other weekend, we'll play a match at 7 p.m. on Friday and a match at 5 p.m. on Saturday. So tune in for that, for some more exciting volleyball. As you saw, testament this weekend. Some really close volleyball for Mountain Lions, and we hope to see a lot more. As always, thanks to the production crew. You guys are awesome. Thanks for putting my face on screen for no reason, and we'll see you next time.